We are the ones who introduced, I'm actually the one who introduced the system of the LOCs. Because, as I've told you before, there was a DC, a district commissioner. There was a county chief. They were there already. So the question was, why did we have to bring the LOC 3 chairperson, to bring LOC 5? What I wanted was the people to have their eyes on their future, on their affairs. Because the sub-county chief, the DC, were appointed by the government. But we wanted people from the people themselves, from the society. To supervise on behalf of the people. But now, this corruption which is happening is not happening on the moon, it is happening here. Happening in a sub-county, happening in a district, happening in a constituency. Of course, now I have opened and warned them. So be sure that you are not in my gun sights. Because we cannot let down our people down. The other day we were celebrating the Heroes' Day, people who died to save our country and to develop it. But you get money being diverted by corrupt people. I think the IGG has estimated 10 trillion shillings being diverted from development. That money is 10 trillion per year. In 5 years, we would tarmac all the roads that we need to tarmac. So therefore, please, all of you, wherever you are, make sure that you do not tolerate corruption. The other issue is the issue of the environment. I have been seeing some skirmishes between NEMA and people who are in the wetlands. My advice to the people in the wetlands, they should all live peacefully. I have been seeing people commenting, but where was NEMA when these people built buildings? Why did they not stop them? But why should NEMA be the one to stop these people? Don't you have eyes to see a swamp? You yourself. We don't need NEMA. Who doesn't know what a swamp is? Ekshara, if you don't know it, I can tell you in Rinyankori. Ekshara, Echfunjo, this is all your words. These are not French words. Ekshara, Echfunjo. Ekshara means the swamp. Echfunjo means the papyrus swamp. Our languages have all these words. Who doesn't know what a swamp is? Why should you need a NEMA to be the one to stop you as if you are an idiot? Of course, I don't know why NEMA doesn't stop, but even NEMA should not take on that responsibility. Because the NEMA can't, do they have enough employees? I don't think so. The NEMA should work through the local governments. Just tell the Muruka chief, if you find anybody in the swamp, we shall go for you. For the Muruka chief and the Gombora chief. Because they are the ones who live there. Why don't they stop these people? I have already written an executive order, I think, mentioning this. I don't know why it was not followed up. So the only people I had offered to help were some few people in Busoga, a few also in Ukedi and in Kigezi, because those ones, but few, not many, because those ones had been misled by the colonial government to go in the swamps. And even the independence government of independence misled our people to go into the Kibimba swamp to grow swamp rice. So those few people, the ones around Kibimba and in the Kabale area and a few areas of Bukade, these are the ones I said, these ones were misled by the government of that time, which introduced the culture of growing swamp growing rice in the swamp. Otherwise, in Ntungam, I never saw anybody growing things in the swamp. There was only a madman called Katunkuza who used to stay in the swamp. There's no normal person who could be in the swamp. Swamp is for a shonzi. Are you a shonzi? Mud fish. Mud fish are the ones who stay in the swamp. Now, when you hear these people claiming, "Yo, this one they have been there for a long time," how? I fought in the Royal Triangle. I know every swamp there. I fought at the Rujia when I was capturing camp. There was nobody in the swamp. Nobody in these swamps. The ones of Kiroro, Wakasanke, all those swamps, there was nobody. All these people are people who have gone there knowingly and in spite of many, but because of the collusion of the local leaders. So what I will task NEMA to explain to me is why they have never held accountable the parish chief, the Gombora chief, the GISO. What is GISO doing? The other day I was going to Jinja and I passed through Nkokonjeru, Katosi, those areas. I saw people in the swamps. When I stopped, there was a fellow who came and said, "That is a GISO." I said, "You are a GISO. You are the ones supervising these people." So therefore, the questions, I had somebody called, is an MP, called Enyonyi. Now, Enyonyi was saying, when these people went to the swamp, why didn't NEMA stop them? But that's a wrong question. Okay, that can be asked. You can ask it. But the bigger question is going in the swamp a small issue which you can ignore and there's no danger to us? Because if it was a small issue that we could ignore, we would ignore it. But what